Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really digging into something I think a lot of us can relate to. That feeling when life just pushes you too hard, relentless pace, burnout, feeling scattered, maybe physically drained.
Yeah, like you're just running on fumes, even when you're trying really hard, ticking all the boxes you're supposed to.
Exactly. And our mission today is to explore this journey someone took through a health crisis, actually,
Exactly.
and how that led to discovering something quite powerful. This
Yeah.
idea of whole person reflection and holistic coaching.
Yeah, as a real path to like genuine healing, not just patching things up.
Not just patching things up, yeah.
And it's not about just, snapping back to normal or finding a quick fix.
Right.
What we're looking at here is really a deeper kind of internal rebuilding.
Okay.
And it's interesting how the usual approach, the sort of hustle harder thing, when that didn't work,
Which it often doesn't long term.
it really doesn't. It actually opened the door to some pretty unexpected tools. If things focused on real alignment, not just more achievement.
Okay, so let's unpack that origin story a bit. The
Yeah.
account describes feeling, and these are the words used, mentally scattered, emotionally out of sync, and physically depleted.
Wow, that sounds intense. And familiar for some, I bet.
Totally. And it was all from this life just packed with activity, those check boxes again.
Yeah.
But the turning point, the thing that really forced a change, was a sudden health scare,
Okay. So a real stop sign from the body.
a complete stop. And it wasn't just like needing a vacation. It demanded what's called a major reboot.
Right. Not just physical rest, but something deeper.
Yes, exactly. An inward healing. It meant slowing way down, questioning everything, apparently. Rebuilding from the inside.
And that forced pause, that sudden halt, it sounds like it created this crucial space.
Please, for what exactly?
Well, the source says it was an opening to listen more closely to the parts of myself I'd been ignoring.
The parts we push down when we're busy.
Precisely. And the realization wasn't about finding some external solution or just, throwing more energy at things. No, it was described as this ache for clarity, not more noise, a desire to heal my way forward, not just, hustle my way back to the old way.
Heal forward, not hustle back. I like that.
Yeah. It became about aligning life with this new, more authentic self that was maybe emerging.
So reconnecting, not reinventing.
Exactly. Reconnecting with myself is the phrase used, rather than feeling that immense pressure to somehow reinvent myself completely.
Okay, so in this pause, this space you mentioned, a key tool came up. A self-guided reflection journal.
Okay, journaling. Lots of people talk about that.
Right, but this wasn't just like a blank diary. It specifically asked questions. Questions the person realized they hadn't made time to ask myself in years.
Wow. We do get caught up, don't we?
We really do. And some of the examples given are really powerful. Things like, what moments in my life have made me feel most alive?
Ooh, good one.
Yeah. And what am I doing out of obligation, not alignment?
That gets deep.
Doesn't it? And maybe the most critical one. What does a meaningful life look like to me now? Not what it looked like 5 years ago.
Because it changes, right? What mattered then might not be it now.
Absolutely.
And the simple act of, putting pen to paper, as the source describes it, and letting your actual values.
Not just your to-do list.
Exactly. Letting your real values steer the conversation, not just your responsibilities. That process apparently acted like a mirror.
A mirror, okay?
Yeah, providing clarity without needing some immediate, rigid 5-step plan.
Right, just seeing things clearly first.
It's like you finally give yourself permission to ask those questions that maybe your inner voice has been whispering, but life's too loud to hear. And for you listening, if you've felt that overwhelm or, like you've lost your direction, maybe simple questions like these guiding prompts, can start to cut through some of that noise, help you see yourself again.
So this reflection wasn't just navel-gazing, though. It led to actual shifts.
Okay, like what?
Well, the experience described shows it helped clarify what fueled me and what drains me. That distinction you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, that's fundamental.
It helped them remember what I care deeply about, but also, importantly, what no longer fits.
The letting go part.
Yes, and even helped them visualize a 3-year future that actually excites me, not just one that looks good on paper.
Getting excited about the future again, that's huge after burnout.
Totally. And it wasn't about massive leap immediately. It encouraged starting small with aligned experiments that got me unstuck.
Little steps, but in the right direction.
Exactly. Moving from just thinking about it to actually doing something, even small things.
And I think the biggest takeaway from this stage, really, is the permission that was gained.
Permission for what?
Permission to let go of the old playbook and build a new one based on authenticity, not expectation.
Letting go of the shoulds.
Yes. That internal shift is it's so crucial for any kind of growth that's actually going to last.
Right.
It moves you away from just reacting to external pressures to finding what genuinely aligns with you.
It makes sense.
And it really highlights that personal growth isn't always about adding more stuff to your life. Often it's about consciously making room for what truly matters.
Which usually means letting something else go.
Often, yeah.
Yeah.
Evaluating what's already filling your plate and deciding, okay, does this still belong here? Maybe saying no to something frees you up for what you really need.
Now, it's important to mention this didn't all happen just alone with a journal.
Right. Support systems matter.
Massively. The individual found what they called an ecosystem of support, specifically a holistic coaching community. They mentioned Ingomu by name.
Ah, okay. So bringing in coaching.
Yes, but holistic coaching. The focus wasn't just on, say, career goals or productivity hacks.
No, holistic implies broader.
Exactly. It focused on whole person well-being, looking at mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual support all together.
That integration is key in holistic approaches, seeing how it all connects.
It really is.
And the way the source puts the relationship between the journaling and the coaching is really insightful.
How so?
It says, journaling helped me hear myself again. Coaching helped me trust that voice.
Oh, I love that. Hearing it, then trusting it.
Yeah, because sometimes you hear it, but you doubt it, right? The coaching provides that validation, that sounding board, maybe that gentle challenge.
Okay, that makes sense.
And if we look at this idea more broadly, like some other sources do when they talk about holistic coaching.
Like how holistic coaching empowers real transformation.
Right, or you are not broken. They emphasize that sometimes your physical fatigue might actually be rooted in emotional stress you haven't dealt with.
Or maybe not having clarity in your work is linked to something deeper, like your sense of purpose or spiritual connection.
Exactly. A holistic coach helps you look at those intersections rather than trying to fix each bit in isolation.
Which is probably why it can lead to real transformation, not just surface changes.
Definitely. And it reinforces this idea that personal growth isn't some, one and done event. It's an ongoing process.
There are ups and downs.
Totally. Ups and downs, mistakes, celebrations. It's all part of it.
So let's talk about the real world impact. Did this integrated approach, the reflection plus the coaching, actually change things day to day?
Well, the examples given suggest, yes, absolutely, real shifts.
Such as?
Things like adjusting work rhythms to honor my energy, not just my calendar.
Okay, that's practical. Listening to your body's signals.
Right, and letting go of projects that looked good on paper but didn't feel aligned.
That takes courage. Saying no to the shiny object.
It does. Also, starting new habits that nourish me rather than drain me. Simple things, maybe, but consistent.
Like choosing the walk instead of scrolling, perhaps?
Could be, yeah. And finally, reconnecting to purpose in a way that feels deeply personal, not performative.
Not just doing what looks purposeful, but what feels purposeful.
Exactly. So these aren't just vague ideas. They translate it into concrete, everyday actions and choices.
And it sounds like it's not about reaching some perfect endpoint either.
Absolutely not. The person explicitly states, and I'm still evolving, still growing.
But the difference is?
But from a place of wholeness, not depletion. That's the crucial shift.
Growing from full, not from empty.
Precisely. It highlights that healing, growth. They aren't destinations you arrive at. They're more like ongoing ways of being, rooted in that self-awareness and taking action that feels aligned. It's an evolution.
So if you're listening to this and maybe you're feeling, disconnected from your work, or uncertain about what's next.
Or just stuck somewhere in between.
Yes, stuck in the in-between. I think we can all relate to that at times. And the advice from this experience is really quite gentle, I think. It's like, you don't have to fix everything overnight. There's no pressure.
Right, and you don't need to have some lightning bolt moment and find your passion in a weekend workshop.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, the real core message here seems to be about the power of just asking the right questions.
Those reflection questions we talked about.
Exactly. They might not magically give you all the answers spelled out.
Probably not.
But they will help you start asking the right questions for you. They help you remember who you actually are underneath all the noise, the expectations, the busyness.
Just remembering yourself.
And that self-recognition, realizing who you are at your core, the experience shared suggests that's more than enough to begin again.
That's powerful. Just knowing who you are is the starting point.
It really is. So maybe the final thought to leave people with is this. What if? What if feeling more like yourself again? What if that is the truest measure of growth?
Not climbing a ladder or getting more followers or...
Right, just feeling authentically you. And if that's the goal, what opportunities might be waiting for you right there on the other side of the pause?